Now, welcome to the Jones Lim Podcast, the pilot episode. We have our first guest, and we would lovely like to welcome the Watsons. You know, Dejanero Watson, Letitia Watson. These are
for having us.
lovely, close, personal friends. And we feel like they are a great example for what it is to be a black couple in these time of days and everything that's fighting against us. So, once again, this is the Jones Lim Podcast. Your host with the most, you already know who it is. So much dope smoke. Shout out my other hosts on them. Go to Nerds R Us, check that out. And I will let my other beautiful host introduce herself.
Hello, I am Mrs. Jones. I am Mr. Jones's co-host here. Ooh, I can't talk today. Um, it's the liquor already. And I just wanted to say, this podcast is here to shed light on relationship dynamics and everything that comes with that, all the good, the bad, and in between. So I just want this to be known that this is a safe platform for all of us to come here and share.
All right. I would like to give a shout out to the Jones and them for having us on their first EP, and congratulations. Can we get a shot? Can we get something going here?
Sure.
A little congratulatory, love.
Congratulations.
We appreciate y'all for pulling up for
I
it.
know we've been talking.
And we appreciate the man behind the camera for doing everything he's doing to make this even possible. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to extend that. We appreciate that. I'll take a double.
But yeah, no, I know we've been talking about doing this, or y'all been talking about doing this again and together, and we appreciate y'all for having us as y'all, first guest. So
Introduce yourself.
thank y'all.
Hey guys, I'm Tish. Mrs. Watson.
Oh, snap.
Oh, don't start. I just want to.
Oh, this gonna be fun.
I like this.
Wow.
I like this.
Y'all,
Gonna be cutting up.
y'all know a family dynamic.
Let her shine. Let her shine. Chill.
Right,
Just 'cause
you're
you
right.
like to be on camera, don't mean you gotta be all extra. Chill.
Oh, you know you're under the vibe.
Going now, ain't she? She going now.
Chill on me.
I can't.
Reintroduce yourself.
Anyways, I'm Tish,
Hi.
Mrs. Watson. Coming correctly.
That's right.
So I just want to say thank you to the Joneses for having us, and I'm so blessed and glad to be here to talk to you guys today.
I'm formerly known as Miss. No, I'm gonna be serious.
Anyway, moving forward, for my man's get to doing too much.
Yo, I'm DJ Watson. I do appreciate being here. Glad that they were able to actually get it together and start up a new venture. I'm happy to see where this goes for y'all.
So, glad that y'all came. We appreciate y'all 100%. First thing before we get into this thing, we like to get the history of all the couples. We ain't gonna make it do too much. So, how did you lovely individuals meet?
At the bar.
One last thing.
Elaborate. You can't just do that.
We going back that
I mean, he said how do we meet? He didn't say how did we
Yes,
get.
yes,
there.
tell
So it's up to y'all.
I feel.
Are y'all doing a formal meeting of?
far?
No, because you want to. No, because you're gonna go there. Wait, no, because you're gonna go there. Wait. Back it up. Why we try? Can I Indian gears?
It's
I
lit.
want to give that
It's
back.
lit.
Sorry.
It's lit.
I want to give that back to myself.
All right, but we do need an answer.
Start like that. We ain't gotta start like that. Go ahead. How we meet?
We had a one night stand, and then that was it. And then we met back with each other 2018 at a bar.
Wow.
And then it went from there. I'm gonna keep it simple.
She ain't throw the spice on there like I thought she was, but
Yeah,
she
she
did.
had, 'cause
She
you-
threw the
you
one night
went
stand back in there. But that's cool. That's how we met.
Hey, man, these answers up to y'all. How
I was-
spicy y'all want
Yeah.
to
We
We ain't stopping
Oh,
nothing.
your shares are up for y'all, up to y'all discretion, and the floor is open. Y'all know us. We are
on the
open,
road.
and
We ain't stopping nothing, baby.
we
Yeah.
had a multitude of these conversations off camera. All right. So this is finna be comfortable. It is finna be loose. It might be forgotten that cameras are on.
I feel like we get spicy before we ain't in the first questions yet.
Questions
Within
6 minutes.
say less.
10 questions, 6 minutes.
Okay.
An hour.
Got you.
Got you.
So
Time limit. We just got time.
30
Peace.
He need to be
We gonna piggyback. We ain't even really got no.
yeah,
He got
yeah.
I can double that.
Get it. They got more time.
I tell y'all like y'all only for like 8 minutes.
Get a stopwatch.
Got you.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Get a stopwatch.
Already got it.
He gonna need
Gotcha.
it. He gonna need it.
So now that we got that, you ain't want no elaboration before we move on, because
On.
How y'all met? Y'all
you agree, disagree. What you think?
Like that.
Keep it simple. We ain't got it.
He's salty.
We gonna keep it funky.
I'm like that.
We will be going live after this episode is over for anybody that feels
No.
need anything.
Cut. Cut.
Add to.
Help me.
After that, we gonna move to episode 1. Question 1. Go ahead, baby. You can start it off.
Okay.
Good stuff. Is she ready already?
I'm hollering.
Oh, Al.
So
You look like you need some air.
We gotta focus.
Let's go.
We gotta.
Let's go. We are doing the podcast. All right.
what do you personally
I love the energy.
yes, it is here tonight and I love it. What do you personally feel is the current view on marriage in our generation and the generations after us?
And we got a minute for that question. I mean, that can go all right.
I said that goes a long way.
Just talk. Don't worry about the times.
I feel like
They just
I'm like-
responded. So
the current view on the marriage in our generation is really hard. I feel like there's a lot of positive and there's still like a lot of negative. Because people are really more drawn to getting married now, and then there's some people that's just like fuck marriage. And it's like
I agree.
and it's because people on the inside don't really know how to even voice out to other people like, hey, you gonna go through trials and tribulations, but don't let that stem you from being married.
with different people.
Right.
They-
And then
Giving
it's-
up too easy.
going into the new generation is really this generation is very different to me. Like relationships is different with new generations. People are very open, a lot more open than the old school and even the millennials, which is us,
Mhm.
with marriage. I feel like our generation is very old school, but we still have some of the new school in with it, which still plays a part in how some of our future marriages suffer. Because we're viewing things from old school and then trying to kind of
to
and
new
right.
new ways.
That question is like, I feel like it's hard, but it's like you have to decide what you want from a marriage as a person, and not just viewing everybody else was like, this is what this person does. So I want that too. No, want something for yourself. See what you want for yourself for a marriage as a whole before you piggyback off what somebody else is doing in their marriage or what somebody else disagree in a marriage, because everybody has their likes and dislikes. It's not. This is
It's not
a one-way
cutthroat.
street. Like
Right,
it's a left turn, a right turn. You're going straight. You're gonna have to go backwards. Like you're going in circles. It's just it's a
Roundabouts, all
learning-
type of shit.
It's a
literally,
learning curve.
You have to learn it as you go. It's not like we going in this and we know this is what exactly is what's gonna happen. That's not what it's always gonna be like. So you have to be prepared for surprises and everything, and even the ups and downs. And I don't think people are ready for that in marriages. They just want everything to be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and then it ends up like this is not what I expected. Well, it's not supposed to be. It's a marriage.
People don't expect
That's
the
right.
roadblocks.
Right.
And it's like if you listen to vows,
For better, for worse.
Better for worse.
it's
Rich
not
to poor.
always going to be what that fairy tale dream you wanted to be. It's just not. So I think people miss that aspect of marriage, which ends up being like, I don't want to get married. So I feel like that is a downfall for our generation.
Respectfully, I agree.
So I'll just piggyback off of what she was saying basically, because I agree with her wholeheartedly. In a sense of nowadays and how people rush into marriage or they even just talk about marriage, it seems like they're just into a one-way street. It's just
The photo,
it's
the image.
yeah, the imagery.
Okay,
And-
I was more so thinking you was thinking about the advantage of just being with someone, like what you can get from them.
Not even just the advantage, but you see a person for what you see on phone, and then say you're dating for 3 months.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, this has been the glory days of my life, or whatever the case is. That person still has ups and downs and sides that you still haven't seen yet, but you're gonna jump into the marriage. Or even in that sense of getting into marriage, you gotta understand that it's not just that person that you married. There's building blocks that comes with that person. There's going to be, like she said, obstacles that you didn't see coming, and you got to be willing to face it with your partner. And it's just things that, like I say, it's not a one-way street, and this is it's a understanding of I'm gonna hold you down, you're gonna hold me down through thick and thin. You know what I'm saying?
You make the dream work.
And it's a commodity of what you do together and how you fuel each other and what you take from one another. It's about understanding one another or getting to understand one another and being able to, I don't want to use the word compromise because it sounds defeating, but the understanding word is what I want to go with. It's understanding that you're not going to win sometimes. They're not going to win sometimes, but you got to have their back full-heartedly. You're not going to be on the same terms of agreements that sometimes you got to learn to disagree and agree at the same time and still be able to bring it back to the table.
To positively agree to disagree
Yeah,
and
and be
be
able to bring it back to the table and not
move forward without some type of
without
tension there, or
you know, yeah, yeah.
respectfully honest.
So it's a thing of committedly pouring into your partner and actually understanding that there's going to be times where that person just looks ugly to you. And I don't mean ugly as in facial wise features or anything like that. I mean, it's going to be like, damn, you did something that,
I know what you mean.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I didn't know you were capable of that. You know what I mean?
In the simplest
And-
terms, when you and your partner can grow into a new person, and you can be disgusted by the new person because you're so used to this
to
person.
the old person.
And you like, damn, I don't even know this person no more. But in reality, it's time to start over and learn that new person and grow with them.
That's also what it brings to a whole head of what I'm saying. You're growing every day. That person is not going to be the person you met 20 years ago
Correct.
because you're growing together now.
Correct.
So you have to understand that you're working as a unit, and this is what life has molded this person into, or the experience that this person has went through is now what this person is dealing with. And if you're not willing to deal with that with them, you won't ever know what level they're actually on if you're not taking that ride with them completely.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Only thing I would like to add to that is I do agree with what you were saying about the generations is different. Only thing I feel like that we have missing, because I feel like we had a bad notion in our generation ourselves until we grew up. And then we got to see, like, on marriage.
Are we talking
the
about?
younger generation? I'm piggybacking what she said earlier about the younger generation is pretty different. They do things different. They're more of a narrow, straight in. They are more open than us, but they have a very strict about what they want.
Type.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't willing to, I'm good. I seen that growing up, but then I realized them same women that said that open, they opened up same way as a man. Like, if she gonna do this, we opened up. Only thing I say we are missing is courting. That's something we were taught. Like, be with that person for at least 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, get to know them.
You can do that.
Real for real.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people know somebody for a week. You offer the vibe. It's really nice. It's just trauma bonding.
That's just
It's a lot of trauma.
A lot of relationships to me are trauma bonding. They're not like, you really don't like me. We going through the same thing and we making life easier for each other.
Exactly.
3 years down the line, you realize, like, I really don't like you. You really don't like me.
That. Yeah.
We had each other at
like
that
what
moment.
we had. Yeah.
That's what I was going to touch base on. Like, a lot of, like, people, like you said, with the whole image thing and everything, some people are scared of what the worst looks like. And I feel like a big reason why they deter from that is just because of that. And like you said, that's just trauma. Like, that itself is just trauma.
People mistake trauma for love a lot. And pain,
Sure.
misery needs pain. Like,
misery loves company.
Like, all that shit goes together. But we elaborate on this forever. You feel me?
I'm talking about
Yeah.
So,
like,
keep it going. Keep this ball rolling. You feel?
Yeah. Oh no, that's a versatile. It's a versatile subject that you can go anyway with.
Yeah. So,
There's
but we gonna say the rest of that for live. You feel me?
yeah, we can pick it.
Number 2, how important is sex and sexual growth in a marriage?
Trifling.
Uh,
It seemed like you want to lead this.
You go ahead and start.
I didn't want to lead it. I was just saying.
You a hot twat.
It was just
I wasn't ready for that.
You ain't got one.
yeah, hot twat. Damn.
Hot pocket.
Hot pot. Okay, I would have took a hot pot.
You feel me? But the twat was
But the
crazy.
twat was
the
Spot was wild. You hear me? But yeah. Back to the question. Oh,
On topic still.
before I was
How important is sex and sexual growth in a marriage?
It is important. It's very important. Because it's not even about just sex physically.
I was talking about him anyway.
Okay.
oh,
It's what I've learned through our marriage
Picture
is it's not about the sexual touching. So it's not about just physical sex. It's about sexual appeal, about arousing the sexual or stimulating the sexual side of the other partner.
In simplest terms, foreplay.
And not even just in a touching way. You know what I'm saying?
And the
mind,
all the things that in.
and the word issue, intimacy.
Mhm.
It's about what leads up to it. And yeah. So it's about it's not about where you're at. It's about how you got there.
I don't know if I can necessarily
Because
agree, but it is a personal answer.
because you're gonna get to it. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna get to it.
That was
But it's about how you got to where you are.
I agree.
To see, you know what I'm saying? It's about how you got
Respect.
to.
I get what you're
Respect.
saying.
So
I was taking that in
You can't
I
just
figured
whip it out
I
and
said-
ram it in there. Like,
right. It's like now we having rough sex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus, oh, I warmed you up and you was coming on to me, and then I was coming on to you. We throwing subtle hints, and then now
a
we
genuine build up.
genuine build up to it. Versus,
I
hey,
came in the
fucking-
door.
Hey, boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's different.
The contrary. A lot of them like that. A lot of them like that. To the contrary.
But there's time for that.
oh god.
So it can't be the same. It can't be the same. Oh, hey, I'm trying to fuck.
Switch it up.
Oh yeah, no. It has to be
It got-
versatility.
It has to
yes.
be, it has
Yeah.
to be a different take. You know what I'm saying? You got to spice it up. You got to do different things. It gets old. It does. And you hit it. That's like when we're talking about the older generations and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You go back to
They thought we was they nasty.
boy,
Them old motherfuckers nasty.
knock it off. We ain't gonna go there because we can go there, but we're not gonna go
We can
there.
stop right there.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. So
Y'all
So,
seen Sinners.
you hear him talking?
We
Yeah, hey, wait. Because that was an unfair shot.
I wasn't even going there. I wasn't even going
It
there.
sounded like he was shooting a shot.
I wasn't even going there.
Focus.
I wasn't even
The
going
focal
there.
point is here. All right. It's important.
shots fired.
It's important to learn your partners. It's important to learn your partner's sexual tendencies,
Desires.
their hints, their desires. Because I thought it was my turn, and
Nah,
understand where they're coming from or what they actually want, even in that time. It's like learning the body, you know, learning anatomy all over. You know, it's about figuring out that person and growing with that person. And again, that just goes back to how important. What was the last question?
The growth.
The growth. It goes back to the growth of the relationship, because even that stimulates growth when you learn your partner, or when you don't learn your partner. You see the difference
You're
in how
saying
your
the
partner
sexual growth
reacts.
can lead into overall growth in a relationship.
Well, I'm saying that growth in general in a relationship, it even entails with sex.
Same thing.
So, hey, look, you talk your way, I talk mine. I mean, but it's in a nutshell, it's basically the same difference. You know, you grow and you learn your partner, and you learn their likes, their non-likes, and you try and feed that and fuel that, and learn versatile ways to actually initiate or introduce new sex, or heighten the sensitivity, intimacy, and go from there. And so it is important. It is important because it's the outtake of relief, stress, and same old get boring, and that's just for anybody.
Would you like to elaborate at all?
Yeah. I'm gonna not really say piggyback, but I would just say I agree with that.
It's a piggy.
Sex.
We on the podcast.
Yep.
Say that for y'all OnlyFans.
Hey, this is not one of those times.
Like focus. Focus.
That's
Like
what
I'm
we-
like,
Look, that's what we telling you.
It's important. Shut your mouth. It's my turn, right?
I just said something.
let us.
Sex is important, and sexual growth is important.
Got a bug in my-
Take a shot. I hope you drink it.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Y'all gonna understand this banter in a while. Give it a second.
They don't know the dynamics.
chill bone in your body.
I'm sorry. All right.
I
I'm
can
done.
chop you in your neck.
You what you
I will.
you can go. No, go ahead. Go ahead, baby.
I need you to stop.
I'm trying.
Go ahead, sir.
That's Peter Nemo.
I don't. But it's hard.
Anyways, be quiet.
All right.
Okay, so back to the question. How important is sex and sexual growth? I would say yes, sex is important. Because you really don't know until you see what a person needs, which is for sex wise, it's almost in a sense, what is the word?
Trial and error.
No.
Experiment?
It's not the desire. No.
Oh, you're looking for a word to describe.
Yes. I can't think of the word, but it's a word that I'm trying to describe like certain stuff that you need in a relationship. Specifically.
Necessities.
No. It's another word.
Not love
It is
language.
on a-
I'm gonna let that go. You go ahead.
It's
Yes.
concept, love language.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So some people,
Okay.
Okay.
even
Yes.
though sex is necessary in your relationship. I don't.
Somebody's love language could be completely
Totally
different
different.
from the physical sex.
Yes.
Okay.
So even though sometimes sex is a love language for people,
Mhm.
which is still important. So versus even though sex is not the main topic, sometimes people need that need for touch, physical comfort, or being around them is deemed more comfortable for them. I'm not gonna do this. We're gonna move to the next question.
No.
No,
You're
no,
fine.
we're keeping up with the
I'm
live
laughing at
and
Esther.
Esther's ass on here.
She on your ass.
Oh, what you saying?
She on DJ ass.
You got to say about what's
How much she said she feel bad you have to be with this troll.
potion number 9? Look,
Oh.
we're on
Oh my
podcast. We're gonna get to that.
I apologize. You got cut off for my ignorance multiple times. You ain't get to elaborate.
This.
With that next question, we're gonna start off with you, so he can shut the fuck up.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
Stop. You told me to take it.
But no, I definitely agree. Love language is highly, highly important, especially when it comes to sex. If you don't know your partner's love language, then you just honestly working with a blank canvas. Like,
Especially if that person is telling you that. Like, if
yeah.
Before you said that, I'm gonna say that could be a good thing though. Working with a blank
And
canvas,
canvas.
you
Yeah.
can explore and not create, but
Experiment.
influence some things that they may like.
May
You
not
feel
have
me?
been there.
It could go the complete opposite way too.
Right.
But that's the
It's
point
like
of trial and
you-
error. Like
you're
that's the only reason I said what I said earlier about trial and error, because learning someone's love language isn't easy.
No.
You have people that are communicative,
I would say
extent.
it's fun.
and they would
To an
say,
extent.
I would. It's a
To an
50-50
extent.
thing. You have people that are communicative and come out the gate. I like this. I ain't never tried this. I'm gonna do this.
And then
And then you got
sometimes
people
you
that
think
don't
that-
even know what they like.
And things you
Then
Or
you
that makes that
experience
person
it.
feel uncomfortable. Like something that you like, I might not like it. It makes me
Or-
uncomfortable.
because
Yeah.
of past trauma.
That's what I'm saying.
experience.
They may have liked it, but something happens.
Something.
You feel me?
Yeah,
So,
on the way. Yeah. But
I do understand that.
yeah.
Continue, lady.
Sorry, you moving my bitch. I'm looking here. I said, wait a minute.
Let me see. I mean, that's really it for me. I mean, that's my core. You said the next question.
Oh, did you?
Oh, okay. That's what I was looking like. Are you gonna say
Yeah,
anything
you
about it,
right.
or
Yeah, my elaboration. I'm
Yeah.
shallow as fuck. I think sex is damn near, if not one of the most important things besides communication, it's sex. For me personally, I seen a funny. What was that funny ass meme? Don't catfish me. Like if we dating and then we get like close and then cool and then it's like you fuck horribly. I'm shallow. I'm out of that. Like I'm out of that. And it's like, to be completely bold and honest, it's not about that you couldn't fuck good. There's no satisfaction
Is that
there.
hype before it?
If you this is why I say I'm boldly shallow. I know for a fact I'm gonna move around. What Donnell Jones said, I could cheat, but I'm gonna respect you and I'm gonna move around, gang, because I'm not satisfied here. This ain't it. Why would I do that to you? And then I've seen people be in so much desperate situations, like I can't satisfy you, so let's just stay together and you can get what you need over there.
Right.
But stay with me.
Sorry.
That's disrespectful to me.
It is.
I'm not gonna make no union with you, and I'm doing what I'm doing over here. I understand the deepness behind the science of sharing my body with somebody else.
Exactly.
yeah?
That to me is not cool. I'd rather just leave you. Sex to me is very important, and the sexual growth is even more important to me because you're not gonna like what you like yesterday. Like as a male, our versatility isn't as high as women's, but we still want the same thing. So I'd be allowed to say I don't understand that you don't want it the same way every single time. By the time a man switch it up, it's like just because we done did this 3-4 times already.
I need to try something.
Y'all like, we did that yesterday, bro. Let's do something different. Understandable. You feel me? That's what keeps the heightening and the growth. You think about this, I'm thinking about that. And as long as we bringing it to each other, we always got some shit to do now.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important. I think it's worth it. As long as y'all can make it through it. Sexual growth is not always easy. That's another thing. People look at it like, as long as we communicate, it's gonna get done. Like she said, a motherfucker may agree, and then once it's time to do it, I ain't really
Something
feeling this.
settles
no more.
in.
Yeah, like I just thought about it, and I don't want to kind of do this no more.
Or you
Have
can
that
just
respect
try
and
it,
that
you
patience
might
for
not
your
like it.
person to know they may go into it, they may not.
I fucked up. I don't like this.
I didn't make the right decision. That was not
But
okay.
no.
Never mind.
No.
They say, pineapple.
Pineapple bitch.
Damn bitch.
Go ahead, baby.
Okay. Uh, what are some topics that you both feel needs light shed on them in marriage, both positive and negative? So like what are some really like not everyday things that people talk about when it comes to
Make it
marriage?
whatever you want. It could be every day. It could be deep as possible. It could be deep in a rabbit. It could be an everyday annoyance. So shit. Something. And if y'all would like me to give y'all an example, I have one.
No, okay, take the floor, baby.
Run with it.
Shut the fuck up, Trey.
Don't put me in your boat.
Hey, chill up.
You the
Chill
only
out.
one that's still talking.
Just talk. You ain't on my side for
Right.
real. To be
Don't stop that singing shit on my show.
not doing that, nigga.
I can't say it's a pet peeve anymore because it's like I had to come to a realization of a motherfucker can't read your mind. So if you don't voice it, you can't say like
Good communication.
basically. But it's like certain stuff like matter of fact, no, just communication as a whole. I mean, that's simple, but it's just sometimes the simplest thing be the hardest thing for a lot of people, especially if you're dealing with past traumas. If you're still growing with your relationship, that stuff can still be hard as hell. So regardless of how simple it may sound, that shit is never.
No, this shit deep in the
It
rap.
was somebody who's never had that in their life and somebody who's growing into it versus somebody who's had that
Right.
and
What's level 1 for you may be 10 for me.
basically. So I mean, it has positive and it has its negative for that because it's like, motherfucker, you may be talking to me one way and I still may be talking to you this way. And you may think I have attitude, but I don't. I just talk with a lot of emotion, and you don't talk that way. So
Right.
now you think I'm attacking you and I'm not
Right.
because this is how I know how to communicate and get anything off my chest. Like
Devil's advocate. As the partner, is it your job to communicate properly or to communicate, period?
I mean, I feel like you should communicate, period.
So you don't think properly has anything to do with it?
Yes, it does because I'm the type of person that I wait until I'm in a better headspace to say anything because I don't want anything to come off wrong. Because I know I will go off the hinges if I say what I'm saying at the moment that I'm feeling
straight back without having a way to.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you're gonna be like, oh, why you talk to me like that? Because you wanted me to talk immediately right now, and I told you give me a minute, and you didn't want that minute.
Respectfully.
So now we both hot.
Makes sense.
So it's like it's like a yes and no. It's like either you want me to say what you want me to say, or you want me to wait, and you're gonna be impatient, and you're gonna get this heat.
And that's the part of it.
The balance.
The heat, yeah, the balance of that, in particular. Because the weight is
piggybacking, or does this pertain to your personal?
This is piggybacking off of just galloping off of what she was saying. It's that part of the weight, or the let them get themselves together and shell it out to you how they need to shell it out,
Providing that room
so that they don't explode, and you're taking it the wrong way now. And it's unfortunate in that event when there's no room for, because someone is going to feel some way.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Someone's going to feel some way because now you're taking time to do what you want to do, or not what you want to do, but what you need to do. But what you need to do is harming me because now I don't know where your head at because we're walking on eggshells in this house type. You know what I'm saying? So now
feeling the tension in the air, not
tension in the room, and there's nothing settled, or not even just settled. You don't know.
It's so awkward.
Exactly.
You can't communicate now.
And you're lost in transaction, or even words to spew, because you don't know exactly how should I approach this. Do I need to come off as temper tantrum, or do I need to chill the fuck out?
I think that pertains back to the growing and learning the new person.
It is.
You know,
Yeah.
and then, like,
in the same
if
thing.
you're growing with them, you can understand that, or find, even if I don't know the right answer, I have this slither of opportunity to create the space for this conversation, for the growth, for the, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with both of y'all.
But in that term, the question was,
what are some topics?
Some topics? I know that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if she was done talking yet.
Yeah, because you just jumped in while I was
piggybacking off what you said. My bad.
What
Obviously, look at this.
like to speak on?
Check me. I'm gonna take a shot.
No.
Take one anyway. I'm gonna hear about it later.
No, you ain't
Yeah,
no.
this was like to be married. We just told you no, and you're doing it anyway. That's such a husband for you. No, look, that's
Hey, hey, let me show you. Let me show you how they work. The wives team up. She said we, and she wasn't even in the conversation yet.
Because I'm sure, like,
We just told them no. Wait, hold on. This became a group decision.
we'll make the sexist beef another episode. We won't got to do this right now.
All right. You weren't done. Go ahead. Yeah.
Too late. You know that was coming. You too late. I don't know why you set yourself up for that?
Check on your partner. I don't care if they give you that. You know when the vibes change. It's that comes with the growth of knowing someone's demeanor or the vibe that they're giving you. You can tell if something is up or whatever the case is. Open that door.
Do you press it or do you
Do you press the door? Depends on the situation.
respectfully?
Depends on the situation.
I think that's
There's not a right way to just answer that and say, yeah, you got to. Nah, you have to take light of the situation or assess the situation in a sense and actually know your partner. That comes with most of these questions come with the answer, not the answer, but comes with a general understanding of growth and understanding. Because
why they worded that way.
you have to know your partner in a sense to understand that there's going to be ways to come at them and there's going to be ways to just wait for them to come at you, because sometimes there is and what's the not a lead in, but there is a point to where you got to be like, I need to nip this in the butt. I can't just I can't let you have time to think, because I need to know, because instead of it just being you that's upset, now I'm infuriated. I'm on tenfold more than what you are on, because I don't understand what's going on here, because I don't have an understanding. And now I'm infuriated more than you because this is how you acting.
But that's a
You gotta-
personal thing.
I'm about to say,
It-
I have a response for that, but I want to leave that for the live because I feel
Okay.
like that I could play devil advocate with that response in so many ways.
That's
Because as a man, right, it's your job. Let's just be sexist. Let's be, what's the word when you give like what men are supposed to typically do. You feel
Stereotype.
how you're supposed. If that's the case, everything you said doesn't really align in a sense of like, if she displayed that behavior as a man, you're supposed to be accepting of that behavior and finding the, you know what I'm saying, the
That's
round.
the nowadays that we're in though.
That's, I said typical.
Typical. Right.
So in the sense of what men typically know, it's like what you're saying goes against what
Goes
we're
against
taught.
the typical.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But that's the point of these conversations. You feel
Right.
me? Like the things that we were taught as a children, the things that we were showed, in my personal opinion, goes against everything that it means to be realistic in a relationship. That it means when they're having morals and boundaries and defense mechanisms with a partner. Like using us, for example, both our parents probably told us certain things that when you got older, that's like, I don't necessarily agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Or even told you, but showed you something different.
You feel me? I'm not gonna. I'm elaborate.
Yeah,
too damn
I
much.
was gonna say we can get back to that.
I'm elaborate too damn much.
But yeah, you got to learn your partner in that sense, and you gotta. It's not gonna be a win-win for you every time. Sometimes you gotta chuck it up and take the L. And that's just how it goes. That comes.
I mean that for both ways. That sounds pretty sexist to me.
Not for me. I didn't put
they
gender
take
on it.
as many L's as we take. That's what I mean about the team thing. Like, I don't like the whole male premise of we have to deal and we have to take, because no, you don't. Like,
And I wasn't saying that as gender bias. Like I'm saying, you just got to take the L, whether female or male. You have to learn to
take your
learning when to just fall back,
roll with the punches,
roll with it, exactly. And sometimes it just has to be your turn. And it lightens the situation, and you can bring it up to the forefront again later on. Like, hey, when you're on a better note, this is how I felt about that. Blase.
Positive discontinuing of a situation.
Perfect way to put it.
I like that better. I mean, that's my personal thing anyway. But
Yeah. Sis?
I honestly don't have one for this one, only because it could take me so long to go through this whole thing. Um because to me personally, there's a lot of topics. Honestly, I just really would like to do a whole episode on just like rewriting marriage. No, like just rewriting what marriage looks like to people, because
Reality of it.
yeah, like the reality of it, because like
It's
this
Just, they get the
from
Spanish.
like y'all saying, like, because we got this whole movement of people who, like y'all said, like, who believe in it, who don't believe it, and then you have those extra group of people who are like, well, marriage was nothing but a ploy from the government for us to do XYZ, and it's just a piece of paper to say like you own the other person and all this other shit, and it's like that's not.
No, not even just that. I'm sorry, sis. Not even just that. The they're doing a paperless marriage.
Yeah.
Shit now. Whole nother discussion. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Just
Because I mean, honestly, before you ever proposed to me, even though we had been together for so long, I had already felt like I was already married to you. Like marriage, like us doing this whole like ceremony thing didn't like add on an extra layer or nothing. It just was like, okay, this is just
a legal
a legal stamp saying that we're in this
and
forever
I've
now.
argued before too.
But
My love shouldn't have to be proved by a certain title, by a certain, like, you feel me? Like, I love you, like she said, like, she felt married already. So I know people out there that's like, why would I do that if I know I'm already that for
If
you?
we're already that, yeah.
I know minimalist people that's like, why would I spend all that money and do all of that? And I love you that way already. We don't need a ring to symbolize you mine forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm that
It's the
people like that.
gesture of it. I mean,
which is sweet, and that's okay.
Too. So
Yeah.
even though you
Just to
don't
know,
have to have
yeah.
it, some people just want it.
Mhm.
Like, that's not a problem to have want it.
that's
And
something.
it's not a problem to not want it either. But
That's something
Yeah.
for you and your significant other to figure out.
It's just so
is it worth
non-common.
it for you all, not just for the crowd? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw us a little
Don't throw a
curveball in this
curveball.
mess.
I knew that.
You already know it's coming. Is postpartum a thing for men? Now, when I made this question,
is this a question just for the men, or is
this is a question for both of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm hollering.
Both of y'all only asking the question.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have an answer. This is our first our first child, so it's like I don't know what that would look like for a man.
So DJ, what did it look like for you after bringing her home and y'all adjusting to y'all life as new parents? What did it look like?
I'm sorry,
I
lady.
feel like your question insinuates that it is postpartum for men.
What?
Like the way you're asking it says like automatically yes, that's a postpartum for men. Like how you're asking him.
I don't. I'm asking what it was your experience. What did that look like for you?
And I want to have a man talk now. Sorry, ladies.
Did I experience?
I'm gonna flip it. You tell me.
And
how was yours? And I'll give you mine.
This is the only time I'm gonna ever let something like this happen on the podcast, because the whole point of me bringing y'all on is not to ask me questions. Now, since this is the pilot episode and we get things together,
I'm the brother.
I will oblige. Now,
I can do that.
I do feel like it's a postpartum for men. Only off the fact that the same thing is that's happening for a woman as is happening for a man on a different complete spectrum.
Scale.
You're going through the whole process of what your relationship was with your mother, how that affected you, how you're gonna either let the positive parts affect the child and keep the negative ones out, the parents influence, period. And the male is going through the same thing. How was my plight with my father? How was my plight with my mother? How am I going to make sure my child respects his mother and his father the same way I did, or vice versa? I didn't get the respect. I didn't get the love. So now I'm going to go extra hard on that. And we go through this thing as a man that's like, am I really man enough? Am I the father I'm supposed to be? Am I at where I'm at supposed to be in life? I told myself I was going to be here by the time I had a child. I said I was going to do this. I was going to do that. I was going to do this. I was going to do that. And it's like, as the man, we know y'all going through that times 30. You have
you're in the chat, exactly.
You're birthing this child. Well, so our postpartum problem is like cook. It's like, okay, how do I make this known to you when I know you technically somewhat, in my personal opinion, going through more than me? I do feel like my plight is as important as yours. I'm not pushing no whole human being out my body. So I know for a fact you need way more attention than me right now. I do know that for a fact. But as a man, it's like, when your woman is going through that, how do I voice to you, I need just as much attention?
Yeah.
How do I voice to you that it's like, even though you're going through what you're going through, I'm going through it too, baby. Like, and I don't want to sit here and put you in a position of like, let's compare plights because we're going through this together. So as black couples, we have that problem a lot. Like, you act like I ain't going through it too. Damn, I want some relief too. And it's like, y'all have to find that dynamic of
That
what it
common
is
ground.
it's your turn for relief. It's my turn for relief. Because if y'all both just getting to that maximum of stress and we're not helping each other, we're not relieving each other, then it becomes that, well, what are you going through? Nigga, I had the baby. And it's like, well, nigga, I'm helping you have the baby. And now we're both fighting over the same thing instead of listening to each other, taking the time to listen. And postpartum is real as fuck for me, in my personal opinion, because I didn't have none of these questions I had in my inside until I had a child.
Yeah.
And I'm damn, like I know for a fact if I didn't have Trey when I had him, I wouldn't be at this part of my growth yet. I wouldn't be at the part of, okay, that needs to be eliminated right now. You're a father now.
Your father.
I feel like that goes with the
So-
whole saying of we become mothers when we find out we're pregnant, and then they become fathers when they see their baby for the first time. Like,
It hit faster for y'all. Respectfully, I agree. It's scientifically proven y'all grow faster than us. So it's like we not.
I asked you that question because I felt like when I seen that question, it resonated, and I was like, I know we kind of feel the same way.
I mean, respectfully, but my question is in general because I want. If y'all in the live, respond to any questions y'all hear. You feel me? Like this is not.
It's not just
pertaining to
questions.
y'all to answer the question because y'all
Right.
are the obvious fucking guess.
But it's still, we gonna get to the live
These
comments.
topics and these situations aren't to be generalized. You know what I'm saying? I want people to speak their piece. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, me, you my big brother, bro. That's here nor there.
Sure.
So when I'm asking your questions, I'm not thinking you going. You feel me? Like
Going back at you. That's why I did though, because I just felt like I knew where your response was gonna be, and you was gonna hit on topics that I was gonna hit on.
Yeah.
Because it's simply like I understand, and going to what you were saying about we don't want to press the issue of, hey, I'm going through a life changing, altering moment as well. I know yours is 10 times worse, but my life is going to change drastically because now what do I want to do? What type of father do I want to be? You know what I'm saying? So it's a stimulus of how am I going to do this? And what type of father? What type of father am I? What type of father did I have? What type of nurturing did I have? What type of mother are you going to be? Are you going to be the mother I actually need you to be for my child, or that I want you to be? Not even that you need you to be, because that's kind of not contradicting, but it's kind of setting a. It's setting a.
keep going.
Bro, it's killing me. It's just
No, Essence is killing me.
Oh, she's throwing. She's throwing.
Come on.
Like
This is very gross for my baby ears. Marriage is ghetto. Like what?
hey, first, now my potion. We gonna talk. We gonna click up after this potion. We ain't gonna do this.
Agree with my boy. There's roles in a relationship. Play yours. I think I think people take that the wrong way.
And that's what I what take away wrong.
Playing your part in a relationship, in a marriage, like period. People take like when people say that, people go towards the old school. I'm working, you stay at home. It's like it depends on y'all dynamic. You decide y'all role for y'all dynamic of y'all relationship, and y'all fulfill those roles.
That's still a problem because people don't know their roles in their relationship.
Respectfully,
People
they
don't
overplay
know
it.
what role they want to play. They want to be both. So it's like you can't.
agreed.
First off,
Yeah.
stop.
Agreed.
You're supposed to show me in.
Now look, yeah, I can't even agree.
Like people just don't know what role they want to play, but they want both, the best of both worlds. It's like, no, you need to.
You got to pick one.
You want to be this role, okay? Be that person in that role. You not.
And-
ain't no switch sider in here. You
And excel at it. Put your effort in and excel at it.
As a male with your counterpart having the child, yours are put to the back burner because their life is so much more detrimental with the life that's within them.
Don't agree.
That they're grooming.
Don't agree.
Don't agree?
No.
Okay. To the extent of they're having a child. Like literally, they're in danger.
Mm-hmm.
But ours go to the back burner of the typical. It go back to the typical of the man being head of household or whatever the case is. You taking on what you need to take, and we go back to them L's again. You got to take an L at every now and then.
Why I don't agree is most men in that situation are choosing to actively not communicate what it is going on within them. So as a man, how can you expect
Any
this
difference?
reciprocation
Any
or the
difference?
pour into you, and
Mhm.
you're not pouring into it.
Mhm.
You feel me? So
Fair.
I know a lot of homies, brothers, cousins. Man, this bitch don't understand me. When
You ain't
gonna
express
tell her?
that to
When
her.
you gonna
Exactly.
tell her that?
Exactly.
Hey, you're not getting me. We done been together this long, and I need you to understand this ain't it. We got to go a different route.